Hello, hello, hello.
Hello there.
What is up, everybody?
What's up, chaps?
What's up with my
Good
camera?
evening.
Oh my god, my camera's fucked. Technical difficulties. Guys, what's going on?
I just got done grilling some burgers.
Give me 1 second. My Discord's getting a little weird on audio.
No problem.
It'd be like that.
How was
sometimes.
everybody today?
There
Discord's
we go,
good.
now.
Discord's full of that.
I got my beer, Finto, so I'm here to do my thing, you know?
Yes, sir. And he's got the
Drinking on Bronxy.
He's got the gloves on as well. Let's go. Let's go.
I got the gloves. I told you. I got the gloves. I told you I get them.
It's the drinking gloves.
This is a sweet.
Man, his drinking gloves. I
Call
had
it
no
the,
idea.
the
about
High
this.
Coast.
No, he just he lives in Sweden, so it's cold. But I think this is like one of the last.
Coast.
This is one of the last chances to get to wear the gloves, right? Before it becomes too sweaty.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
we had plus 10 Celsius today. It was crazy.
That's pretty good. I think it was similar for us today.
Yeah, I mean,
Come on,
you're like
Drunky.
trying to be like,
Celsius.
oh yeah.
Celsius.
It sounds good. It sounds nice and cozy. I don't know.
I know zero is freezing,
It is
so
really. Yeah.
that's
It's
all
not
I
that
know.
hot.
Has anybody heard from Anders?
I texted him about 30 minutes ago, but I haven't gotten an answer yet.
Guys, I'll be back in 1 second. Sorry, give me just 1 sec.
All right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, left our own devices already. Big mistake, Fento. Big
Oh,
mistake.
Talking about big mistakes, I made grilled for the first time this year and made a big mistake. My meat wasn't tempered properly, so it just the start of the cook was bad. It was still, I thought
Sorry,
that
what about your meat?
it wasn't tempered properly.
Oh, okay.
I thought it wasn't fully. I thought it wasn't frozen to the core. So when it had thawed on the outside, because I was like, oh, it hadn't been in the freezer that long because we bought them today. The burgers, it still was a little. So it made the cooking a little messed up, but I made it work.
Nice.
Yo, Max, don't worry about it, dude.
Cheese,
It's
I
all
hope.
good, brother.
Yes. American cheese.
We'll catch you next
from
week.
the deli, at least, not like the plastic each individual wrap. So I feel a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
bit
yeah.
better
Comes
about
first,
the
brother.
process.
Nice.
The
I want to
process-
learn how to.
cheese.
I want to learn how to pickle onions because I always hear everyone talk about pickled onions being like legit. I need to learn how to make my own pickling
You want me to tell you how real quick?
liquid. What do you do?
Onions.
Just put in some red vinegar and sugar.
Red
And leave it
vinegar,
there.
but like how much sugar? Not much.
Tablespoon.
Tablespoon. How
Give
long?
it a try.
Should I only do it with red onions? Because I see a lot of people, or should I do it with like white onions?
Red onions hold up better. They have a little more body to them,
Okay. I want to try.
and they're
them.
sweeter too. So like when you're pickling stuff, because it's like got that vinegary taste, like the sweetness of the red onion will come through.
Nice.
Max is not joining us. Oh shit, Mike.
Well, boys. You guys
Hello,
came on with your,
Friday
you guys
again.
got your X-Men list, right? Your X-Men list.
Oh yeah.
I did, but it's so scuffed. Oh my god.
Unfortunately,
I
Max,
can't
wait.
Max won't be joining us today, guys. So I think we're good to go.
Oh.
And I don't know if we've heard.
Max!
He's got daddy duties, so I understand. That comes.
Okay.
That comes first.
As long as
Yeah.
everything's all right and it's not any issues.
No. It's nothing serious. He just his fathering duties just got in the way. It's understandable.
Punched a hole in his PC because he doesn't have a GPU to put in it yet, so he raged. I understand.
I mean, I got 3 dogs, so I know what it goes through, bro. I understand. I get it.
Yeah, you're living the exact same life, bro.
All the
100%,
parents are
100%.
raging right now.
He's in chat.
Oh god, never mind. Psych, I was joking.
He just can't. He just can't be here. Yeah. So yeah, I've got my list as well.
Do you want to start with that, or do you want to start with the episode?
I think we should do the episode first. I think we'll
Yeah.
kind of let it, because I don't think there's a few people who I don't see in chat who I know wanted to take part in the whole list thing. So, yeah, I think we'll do the episode first. And
All right, who
go
wants to
from
get their
there.
disappointment out of the way first?
I think I should probably start with all of the Sam hate first, just so we can just get that out of the way.
I bet you were cheering so loud when the wings came off, bro.
Oh,
I bet
bro.
you were.
Oh my god.
I was
Come on,
like-
Finto.
I was just screaming. I was like, "What's he gonna do now? Eh? What's he gonna do now?"
You still got some good thruster punches.
Yeah. Oh, thank God the jetpack was still working, eh? Otherwise, he would have been tits on a bull then, eh?
I was just like, I could hear your cheering echoing
from
through
across the ocean.
multiverse.
Yeah.
Oh, man, hate Sam.
Yeah.
Hate Sam, bro.
He's just C-list, bro. C-list.
Come on.
Yeah, no.
doesn't have to be that.
In all seriousness, though, I enjoyed the episode. I thought it was a little slow in a lot of parts. I understand the story needs to be told, and I enjoy the story, but at the same time, I would have preferred to maybe see a bit of a restructure done where, like, going into the very end of that episode, I was like, oh shit, here we go. Why was that not kind of halfway through episode 5, and then they do all the kind of, you know, Sam fucking painting the boat and all, do all that at the end, like, that's kind of like an epilogue thing where, you know, things are all great and stuff like that, like, but I kind of would have preferred personally if they had maybe had a lot more action. I was expecting a lot more action in that episode, let's just say. And I know
after the start.
I know I'm in like an action horror and stuff like that, but at the same time, I genuinely just thought, like, from the way that, like, the officials in Disney were talking about it and stuff, like, they were saying episode 5 is the episode, like, you know, so I'm kind of like, shit, what's going on here, like, you know. And then obviously that kind of scene in the warehouse with John Walker and Bucky and Sam, I think they were putting, when they were filming that show, they were like posting pictures of that set and stuff like that. That was meant to be like the kind of the big scene in the show, like, you know. And I thought, like, when that episode started and that came up straight away, I was like, oh shit, here we go already. I was like, this is kind of weird. I thought that was going to kind of be like towards the end of the episode, maybe. I don't know. I just, structure wise, it seemed a little all over the place for me. I didn't know what was going on. But I enjoyed every bit of it. I love the Isaiah Bradley story. I love him kind of, like, you know, trying to slap some sense into Sam, like, thinking, like, you think the government are going to let there be a black Captain America, you know? I just thought that was kind of crazy. But yeah, I thought it was great. I enjoyed it. It was just a little slow paced and structure wise all over the place for me, but other than that, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I thought the best part of the episode was before the title screen, and then
yo, James, what's up, dude? How are you?
Like 40, like an extra 20 minutes of boat action that nobody asked for.
Yeah, that fucking boat, bro. Like, that boat is getting more screen time than fucking Captain America did in Endgame, bro.
So much of it felt out of order. Like, when Bucky and Sam are talking and they're throwing the shield back and forth, like, he seems like he knows what he's doing with the shield. And then 10 minutes later, he's dropping the shield. Yeah. It's like,
exactly.
Look, that scene first, and then Bucky comes talk to him after, just restructure. Like, it felt like so much was out of place. And
hey, Meech, how are you?
Like you said, you start off the episode that strong with the action, with that fighting scene. Like you said, I started the episode like, oh, this is already happening. Like, what's in store for us for the rest of the episode?
Exactly.
And then I got boat.
Yeah, perfect. Sorry, I didn't even get to mention my thoughts on that. Yeah, like when Sam and Bucky are throwing the shield back and forth, like, my girlfriend turns to me, Sam's just human. How's he doing this? Like, you know what I mean? He's like bouncing it all over the place, and it's amazing. I'm like, what is that shield made of? Like, I know it's like obviously vibranium.
Vibranium.
I know, obviously,
super light.
But like, how light? Like, how is it? Like, I know, like, Spider-Man obviously makes the joke that, like, the shield doesn't actually, like, follow any, like, physiological rules or whatever, like. But at the same time, I'm like, you know, Sam's just an ordinary dude, like, and he's bouncing it around the place, and he's just like, they just make it look so easy. And then when he's doing the big fucking 80s style training montage, he can't catch
Rocky Balboa.
Yeah, he can't catch the thing for shit. I'm like, what's going on? It's kind of crazy. Like, it just didn't make any sense to me. I know the whole show was kind of, a lot of it was like kind of restructured post-production and stuff like that, so I just don't know. I think they did a lot of restructuring and maybe fucked up a little bit. I don't know, like, that just seemed kind of, running wise, seemed very strange to me.
Yeah.
Yo, Meech, I'm doing good. How are you?
I would say, like, for that scene, like, for
chilling like a villain,
like,
James. Let's go, bro.
Because I thought it was weird at first too. Like, he started like not being able to catch the shield.
Yeah.
I felt like he was getting a little wilder with the shield. Like, it wasn't just like a straight throw and back to him, right? Like, it was like him flipping, like, actually like learning how to use the shield in a different way
in battle, like, sort of like, you know, trying to implement it into his combat training and stuff.
Wasn't that flip move one of Captain's, like, signature things too?
Yeah.
Like, didn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I was like, that looks familiar, and I figured that's why he was practicing.
So, like, he was going from like a John Walker style of Captain America, that level, to like the Steve Rogers level with like the second bit of like shield throwing. But I thought the way they opened up the episode was awesome. I wish I didn't see that line in the in the promos. They gotta stop doing this in promos. When they gave away the Bucky line, where John Walker's like,
do you really want to do this?
Like, He's
yeah,
like,
we do.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
If
that
I
was
had
epic.
not heard that before, I would have lost it if I heard that, right?
Yeah, that was such an epic moment. Like, yeah.
I just wish they
Bucky's
would
been waiting for that the whole. Yeah, Bucky's been waiting for that the whole since he's had the shield, and then they give it away in the promo, and then don't add anything else to like keep you there.
Yeah. And then I think, even though that first scene was great and like I loved it, it kind of to me shows why Sam Wilson and Falcon stays as like a C-tier character to people like Finto. Because they never just let
James,
him
the
have a
fireplace
moment where he
drunkie, the
has,
guy
like,
up
a
the top
big,
right hand corner, he started the fireplaces. But
where he has like a big over the top
it's our signature
superhero
thing
moment
now.
like Captain America, you know, where he's like he's the one that wins and does it on his own and stuff. So
yeah, I agree. I don't know, like it's what do you think of, like, I love the whole, like, I'm actually, like, as the show goes on, I'm more so loving John Walker. Like, I'm falling more in love with John Walker as it's going on. Like, I just think, like, now he's gonna just, you know, he's walking around with his own fucking shield, and it's like a big fuck you to the government. Like, you're gonna tell me I can't be Captain America? Fucking watch.
Putting his Medal of Honors into the shield.
That's actually really cool. I thought, I was like, yeah, he's like, fuck this. He's like, I'll show you what we can do with these medals. But yeah, I thought that was really cool.
I think his monologue did a lot for his character when he's in that courtroom and he's like, I am what you made me to be. I always did your mandates. I did everything you said, and that's what made him so likable. If they didn't have that scene, we'd all still be hating him.
Yeah. And I think I kind of related to him a lot, like, after the death of Battlestar as well, like, you know, like, I could just imagine what I would do if like if my best friend was killed in front of me, like, you know, I would run through the entire like city, like, you know. I fully understand why he did what he did, you know, and I agree 100% with it.
They're keeping him tethered to, like, kind of being a shitbag, though, with the whole him, like, yeah, I definitely got the guy that did it. I definitely got the guy that got your son.
Emma, thank you for the 19 prime. Let's go. Just want to know who the lady was. I believe Mex has just said, I just want to know who the lady was. I forgot to look up her name, but I believe she's...
Oh, yeah, true. The one that visited him after...
yeah, she's she's the leader of the Thunderbolts, right? Am I right in that? Saying that?
I don't know.
I believe she is.
Sure, yeah.
I believe he's about to be recruited to the Thunderbolts. Or they might try and go down the road of, like, Dark Avengers. So another team's going to be created with John Walker being the Captain America of that team. Now, whether they're I don't think they're, like, evil, but I think they're kind of more like kind of fucking Black Ops sort of, like, you know, under the radar shit, like, is my understanding of it.
They definitely made her... I was almost wondering, like, is this the cameo they were mentioning? Because I didn't know who she was, really, and I'm not familiar with her character, and she had some good dialogue, like, the smartest thing you ever did was this, and the second smartest thing you ever did, what's the first smartest thing that you've ever done?
Answer the phone. Yeah.
That was a good line.
And the fact that, like, the way she sat down in between John and his wife, I'm just like, yeah, that's a fucking power move right there. Like, that's trying to, like, you know, state something. My girlfriend was like, if someone came down and sat in between us like that and didn't even look at me, she's like, I kicked the shit out of her.
She handed her the blank card. Too,
yeah. I thought that was so funny. I thought that was great. Yeah.
But yeah, the cameo that you were talking about, Finto, like you were this is the big one you're gonna make. You're gonna make all of us cry and.
I don't know what the crying.
I was just sitting waiting for something to happen. I was like,
yeah,
it's over.
I don't know what the crying was about. I do think that a lot of people were suspecting that the cameo was going to be a bigger actress. I know your one is like a big actress, like she was in Seinfeld and shit, and you know, she's a big actress. But people were thinking it was going to be like Uma Thurman or something like that. So I don't really know. But I think
it's Uma Thurman.
I don't. A lot of leaks were going around about who the castings were and stuff like that. Like, so.
I think they kind of consider Isaiah Bradley's character almost like a cameo at this point. I think the director is probably talking about that because his scene was actually like pretty heavy, man. Like,
Oh yeah.
You know, wrestling with the fact that, you know, they wouldn't let a black man be Captain America and all that. You know, does it bring me to tears? No, but you know, like I'm a white dude. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how heavy that would be for someone who's directing that, and you know, actually having to come to terms with that. I know I've seen some TikToks of people like, you know, who were tearing up, like talking about that stuff, and you know, kind of commenting on the episode.
Yeah, I think, yeah, for sure. Like, I think that was a heavy scene to watch for sure. If I was like, you know, I think if I was living in that life, you know, I think it would be a lot deeper, you know. But I can't relate to it, like, you know. I'm a little white man living in Ireland, like, you know, my life is very different.
Yeah. Are we 100% sure that his grandson has like powers with the serum, like inherited anything?
I think he does.
Yeah, because he straight up airballed that shot he took.
He's just pretending, bro. He
said stop, took a shot, airballed it completely, and then they didn't even revisit him. And I'm like, all right, they've still not done anything with him.
Yeah.
Just from like the timing of his story, I would say, like, you know, once he became like the super soldier or whatever, they told his wife or whatever that he was like dead. So like, who knows if when that, you know, that their kid was made, you know, I don't know the timing on that. That would kind of come down to that.
Well, I know Elijah, obviously is a very important character in the comic books, but I don't know how they're going to do it in the MCU.
I don't even think we got that scene where it had like Elijah dressed up that was in the promo, did we? Like, wasn't there a scene in the promo where like Elijah was like more dressed up, talking to Sam or something?
I don't know. Yeah, I think there's still a good bit from, you know, the promo I played last week as well. There's still a good bit of that hasn't been seen yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I thought there was a scene. Okay, so I thought that whole promo was just for this episode.
So did I. Obviously, it was for maybe a combination of the last two. Yeah, I read as well that the actor that plays Isaiah Bradley is actually a lot younger than they've made him look in the show. They aged him up. So I don't know whether they're doing that strategically in hopes that they're going to be able to do some flashback stuff, I presume. Like, how have we not seen any flashback scenes of him yet? You know?
Yeah, I thought maybe that could be the cameos. Like, Steve will be in there in a flashback with Isaiah. That'd be awesome.
Well, I think Steve and Isaiah never met because Steve would have been in the ice at the time.
I thought at the beginning they were like when they both had initially taken the serum. I thought maybe they had some face-to-face at that point.
I don't. Well, the way I understood it was,
a lot of hate for him.
Yeah, I just think they hate what he stands for.
I mean, because he was, you know, the white guy.
Yeah. I think so.
Tortured. Yep.
And I think, like, you know, the shield represents like his torture and stuff like that. Like, that's why he's like, when Sam shows up and he's like, don't even take it out. I don't even want to look at it. Like, you know, he's like, is that what I think it is? Like, I don't know. What was he like? I don't know what he was expecting was going to happen there when he brought the shield up. Like, was Isaiah going to hang it on his wall or something? Like, you know, I was like, I don't think he fucking wants anything to do with the shield. Like, you know,
I still think that just reminded me the front part of the episode before the title screen is still just like the best part of the entire episode. Like when Sam is laying there with the shield and he's like almost whimpering and he sees the blood right in front of his face. And, like, the blood's on his hands metaphorically, and then he literally wipes it, and the blood's on his hands literally, too.
It's incredible, yeah. That opening scene was fucking fire. And then the episode just, like, pumped the brakes after it, I thought. They were off to, like, a really explosive start.
When they snapped his arm, I thought they might kill him.
Yeah.
I thought John was dead there, maybe.
Yeah. What do you think is his shield just made of metal, or, like...
Yeah, I think so.
Like it's not like bullets are gonna go through that thing. Like it's not like it's not anything powerful. I don't think
it's gonna be all this big old entrance, and he's gonna put up the shield and just gonna bullets through it like cardboard.
Yeah, imagine just getting shot in the side. He's like,
nice try though.
I'm curious, like, as well, like maybe when he goes and joins like the Thunderbolts, maybe does he have like maybe they might have a shield or something for him, a better shield or something. I don't know. Maybe they could like pluck one at a time or some shit. Like, I don't know. Like, you wouldn't know what's going to be coming down the line. But I don't think if he's going to be going around like with an actual shield, I don't think it's going to be a little piece of shit shield he made in his garage like himself.
All I'm saying is they've worn out my patience with this boat. If there's one scene about it, and then the last episode,
I hope it sinks, bro.
I'm gonna punch some new holes in my drywall.
Like I thought the boat was like all right at first, right? Because they needed to have something where like Sam and Bucky like
Circa, what's up, dude? Welcome, welcome.
Repair their friendship.
Max just said in the chat there when they broke John's arm, I was like, oh fuck! I felt that one, like that was crazy. It looks sore as fuck.
That was a good. I like how they did it because like they had Bucky struggling, but Sam keeping up in the fight even after his wings are done. He's doing the thruster kicks and stuff. Like, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I hate this. I need to buy a new camera. I hate this camera. It's the worst. What's it called? Yeah, like I think I don't know. When I saw the wings get ripped off, I'm like, I said to my girlfriend, I was like, if he gets up off the floor, I'll be impressed. Because I was like, he's gonna lie there and let Bucky just do the rest. Like, if he's smart, he will, because otherwise he's gonna actually get torn in half. But yeah, there was a couple of cool little thruster kicks and stuff like that, and his little spins and stuff. But yeah.
So is it just new wings, or is it new wings suit combo?
I don't know, bro. I'm presuming since Wanda made it. Sorry, Bronxy, you talk. Go on. I want to hear it.
No.
Tell me.
Oh, because that guy Torres, right? His name. Yeah.
He's gonna be the new Falcon.
He came back, and when he got the shield, and he was like, "The wings are still here. You forgot something." And he was like, "Nah, keep it."
Yeah.
So I don't think he's gonna go back to the wings.
I think he will, but he's gonna hand off the mantle soon enough. But I think what I'm hoping happens is, because you know the way Bucky called in the favor from Wakanda to rebuild a suit for him. I'm hoping that the new suit that he gets, I'm hoping that it's going to be like kind of
Captain America with wings.
Yeah, that too.
That's true, it might be.
But I hope it's more kind of like cooler technology, if that makes sense. Like the better kind of like, maybe it's just like the wings or the jetpack kind of like blends into the back of the suit sort of thing. Like, you know, like kind of the Wakanda technology, you know, like with Bucky's arm and stuff like that.
Iron Man-esque.
Yeah. I think he needs like a really cool fucking update like that, you know? And I think that'll really transfer then into his next movie appearance, especially if I'm going to guess he's going to appear in Spider-Man 3, would be my next guess. I think that's where Falcon shows up.
Wasn't the next Spider-Man just right when he got back from the blip? So isn't that going back in time a little bit from where we're at now?
No, because Spider-Man 2 hasn't even happened yet in the timeline. So
oh, really?
Yeah. So Spider-Man 3 is going to be like a little bit down the line as well. So I think, I really see Sam showing up in Spider-Man 3, and I think his suit's going to need to be badass, you know, because he's going to be like hanging around with Tom Holland, who has like all that Stark tech now and everything like that. Like, if he shows up in that same kind of crappy suit, I just don't think it works. Like, and I think they need to elevate the character, especially if they're not giving him serum. I think that suit needs to, like, he needs to be the next Tony Stark nearly, like, you know what I mean? He needs to have the amazing suit, because I just think the world is just, like, as the MCU expands, I just think it's getting more and more powerful as we go on. Like, you know, we've got more super soldiers, we've got more aliens, we've got, you know, it's just multiplying, and now we're getting mutants and the Fantastic Four and everything. So it's like, I don't know if a guy who has a wingsuit and a gun can do anything, like, you know. So I think he really needs some big upgrades.
And I think to go along with that, they really got to like introduce some character mode for Sam as Captain America, where they haven't given him a moment yet where he just, like, no matter what's going on, no matter how much he gets beat up and like gets put down, like, he gets back up and like fights, like, no matter what, right? You don't get that sense that, like, no matter what happens, like, you're gonna have to kill him before you stop him. He's gonna keep getting back up. And they need to give him, like, I don't know if that has to be like necessarily his trait, but they need to give him like a huge personality thing like that in his character that I just don't think they have, and I think that's why he kind of feels like a lower tier character.
I agree with you, dude. I agree.
Because a lot of people have a lot of characters who are like the A tier characters. They have a big personality aspect that's like always like at their core and at their center, and I just don't think Sam has that right now.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree.
He's in that Hawkeye category still.
Right.
Hawkeye's cool though.
I don't know how you think Hawkeye's cool and you hate on Sam so much, bro.
Yeah,
Sam can fly.
Yeah, I know, but Hawkeye could fly if he wanted to. So he could if he wanted to. If he wanted to, he's such a badass from the ground.
Then why didn't he save Black Widow then? Could have flew and saved her.
When? No.
When he threw her off the cliff.
He didn't throw her. But no, anyway. Because he couldn't fly because he didn't have his jetpack because Sam still had the jetpack.
The whole time in his head he was going, thank God she switched, bro. Reverse psychology finally worked for me. That's what he was thinking the whole time.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know. I just I like Hawkeye. Like I'm big into archery and stuff like that. So
I like him when he's Hawkeye / Ronin. When he's just Hawkeye,
yeah. I think he's got some cool shit coming as well. Like I think that his show's going to be really good.
I think like what makes him good is like literally it's like that determination thing. Like
exactly,
he gets back up, and like no matter what, he gets back up.
Yeah.
Like even when he's against like aliens chasing him down like a tunnel.
Exactly.
He's like, all right, you got to
fucking go.
Like, you don't have a choice. You have to go.
He'll even point out like I'm just a guy with arrows out here. Come on. Like when he was trying to bring up
Wanda.
Wanda's really crappy brother, the crappy version of Quicksilver. Pietro. Yeah, he was like, "Come on, man! Like I'm out here fighting.
Yeah,
what are you doing?"
Exactly. And then I
have a bow and arrow.
I think he's
We're
just
finding aliens.
And then it's like he's such a badass because then it's just like he goes home to his wife and 3 kids. Like he's just a normal dude, like just a family guy. Like, but he's could absolutely kill half the people in the MCU. Like, so I don't know. I just think Hawkeye is just a way better character than Sam.
All right,
1v1, bro.
I'd love to see a 1v1 between the two of them. Be great. Yeah, I do like. I love John Walker's whole kind of like fuck you to the government. Like, it's like he's gonna be walking around in episode 6, fully kitted out. It's gonna be hilarious.
I thought he was gonna snap in the room right there and start breaking stuff. I was really surprised that he didn't.
Yeah, I love the again back to his speech. I just thought it was really well done the way. He's like, you weren't there, you don't have a clue what we went through, and then obviously probably didn't mention the super serum on purpose, but they're not even taking the serum into effect, and what that has now done to him, and
when they mention the shield isn't owned by the government, they mean it's owned by Wakanda, then, right?
I don't
legal gray area.
Yeah, this is it. Like that's what your woman was saying. Like it's like there's a legal. They don't exactly. She's like, I know you don't have the shield right now, but that it doesn't belong to the U.S. government either. Like
Yeah.
So
okay.
yeah, I think I don't like what. There's nothing stopping Sam from calling himself Captain America. Like he has the shield now. He puts on his suit. I am Captain America. What are you going to do about it? Like what couldn't the government do? I don't think they can do anything. Like, I suppose they don't give him his clearance or whatever. Like, they turn him into an enemy of the state, I suppose.
Right.
But,
I mean, like, Captain America even had those moments where, like, he didn't agree with the U.S. government. I think that's, like, a note that the show is still missing, is that even though there is, like, Captain America and Steve Rogers and, like, what the shield represents, like, there was times where he, like, walked away from having that shield and being Captain America to become Nomad.
Yeah.
Because, like, he agrees with, like, American ideals, not necessarily, like, the American government and what they want people to be doing.
Yeah, I think this last episode where we all thought was going to be kind of like where we all thought this last episode would be the boat scenes and the winding down. I feel like they're going to have to bring a decent bit of action for this last episode for it to deliver. Because I don't want to go away from this feeling like I still feel like I'm missing so much. Yeah. And I don't want to feel that way after next week.
Like the Falcon was meant to be the first show that aired as well. Like, so I'm curious. Was that show meant to end on a bit of a cliffhanger and then we get more content kind of down the line? Like should we be living now where we've already seen it and we know that the Flag Smashers do something at the end and oh shit, this story has to continue in Spider-Man 3 or something like that, Like I don't know where we're going. Are they going to try and wrap the story up? Like I don't really know, because like I don't know if you guys watched that video I put in the group on Discord, but like there's a whole kind of breakdown of they clearly had some sort of like a virus pandemic storyline in the show. Most of it was shot before COVID really hit, and it looks like what they had to do was post like production and during reshoots they had to change half the storyline. Like in the original trailers, there's no sign of Madripoor, there's no sign of the Flag Smashers. None of that existed in the original script, and what they did was they they brought all this stuff in and changed it, like basically changed the entire show. There's a really good video. I don't know how long it is. Like I could put it on now if you want to watch it, but it really, really points out, and like you can see clearly, like they break down all these shots from episodes. And after I watched this episode, I even noticed that they're still doing the same tricks, even in episode 5, where they'll have dialogue happening, but there's no one on screen talking. They're just filming people's reactions and stuff, and all the dialogue is actually taken off screen. So they're like recording it in sound booths and stuff like that, and manipulating the storyline from the shots that were originally shot. So I'm very curious as to what would have been the original story if we didn't have COVID, because from what they think, because in episode 2, when Bucky jumps onto that, when they have the big scene on the motorway and Bucky jumps into the back of the truck, and he's like, oh, they're shipping vaccines here, and like they actually mention vaccines. And then I think the original story was the power broker was looking for the vaccines, and I think that's, they obviously had to change it then to the serum and basically rewrite the story. So I think it's a bit of the show itself isn't the original vision. I think I still like what we're getting. I think it's good, but I would love to know what the original story was, and maybe with the original runtime and like structure of it might have actually played out a lot differently.
I think the only way they can carry anything on from the show for it to be meaningful is kind of like what Mech said last week. If the power broker is somehow Kingpin, then they can carry at least the power broker part of it. Like in the Flag Smasher part here, with like maybe the last episode, power broker is just a savage and ends the Flag Smashers altogether, and you're like, wait, we still don't know who the power broker is. Yeah. And then you get Spider-Man with power broker. That'd be awesome. Hell
yeah. I would love it to be Kingpin.
And unless it's like a big deal at the end, like I'm also almost annoyed that like the power broker was even introduced in the name, because like here we are like 5 episodes in, 5 hours into this thing, it's like we don't even know who the power broker is, and like there's gonna be like a big reveal, like oh no,
like do we even know if it's a dude or a woman?
It's always been mentioned as a he.
Yeah, it has, but again, that could be misleading. Like
a
lot of people are saying it could be the actual Mandarin, like the real Mandarin. You know, the way they kind of fucked people over with that Mandarin story in Iron Man 3. I thought it was very funny. I didn't really know much about the Mandarin, so I didn't take offense to the storyline, like as a kind of like, fuck you to the comic fans, like as a lot of people did. To me, I just thought it was very, very funny. Like, I saw it as comedy, but to a lot of people, like the actual Mandarin from the comic books is like one of the biggest badasses in the universe. And I just think that maybe it's him, because I think, does he have something to do? There's a tie into the Mandarin in the Shang-Chi show. As far as I know, there's a relationship between them. So I think he's coming. So maybe he's the power broker.
Well, like the Mandarin is part, like the leader of the 10 Rings, and like it's like Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings, right? Like he's going up against that organization.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So I think that kind of ties in perfectly, in that sense. Yeah. So I don't know. I think Max just said there in the chat, so Sharon is for sure a villain, and I think again I dive way too deep into the breakdowns and stuff like that, but people breaking down like Endgame and stuff, like Sharon was confirmed in Endgame to be blipped, so she's only come back. So again, I don't know how she has gotten this powerful in 6 months, because there's been 6 months since the unblip or whatever. Reblip, whatever you want.
Power vacuum, like I guess you could explain it like that. Like there's a big vacuum power, like a lot of weird stuff going on. Like chaos is a ladder type of deal. But yeah, like the whole idea of Sharon Carter and what she's doing, I'm just like I don't know what she's doing in this show. I don't know why they keep like showing little blips of her, like bringing it back up. Like it feels so weird to me, man.
Feels like too many, like an extra few stokes in the like stokes, whatever they call it, in the fire. They're just sitting there waiting, and you're just like, that's why I said next week has to be like pretty gnarly to tie everything up, because if not, we're definitely gonna just be leaving this series like missing stuff.
Bro, you can guarantee that there's gonna be 12 minutes of credits. You might get an after credit scene. You're guaranteed that there's gonna be probably at least 10 or 15 minutes of Sam and his family back in their hometown. We haven't seen the the clip of Bucky where he's carrying all the kids with his arm and stuff like that. Like, you know, like all that stuff is coming. It looks like there's a big kind of blowout party, so they probably save New York and stuff like that. So like, you know,
probably fix the boat too.
Yeah, I was gonna say
the boat.
We spent all this time on the boat and it doesn't sail once.
It's gotta sail.
The dock once. I'm thinking it.
The boat has to sail, or what was the point? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what scene I loved. When Bucky was waking up on the couch and he's seeing Sam's nephews playing with the shield.
I was about to say
that little tiny moment, like just grounding him on like how much that means to people, right? Like
exactly.
These two little kids like just playing. Like that I think the show does that like wonderfully. Is they have those little tiny moments to show that symbolism.
I think and like Isaiah says it, like, you know, he truly thinks that, like, you know, maybe the government won't let there be a Black Captain America, and I think he's of the mindset that, like, he doesn't even want to see one himself, but then the kids are saying, you know, they fucking love it, they want it, like, you know what I mean? So I think Sam won't listen to Isaiah in that sense. I think Isaiah is the previous generation, and I think
because
he's gonna
they
be
had
like,
Isaiah have that line that said, like, no self-respecting black man would want to do that.
Exactly.
And then they followed it later with the sister saying, are you gonna let Isaiah make your decisions for you?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's coming. Clint comes into the chat there and just says, have we talked about the Sex and the City segment yet? No, it's coming soon, Clint. It's coming soon.
You know Clint loves Samantha. You know he does.
Oh yeah. Mech says that the Mandarin's rings are more powerful than the Infinity Stones, so
what? Then the Infinity Stones?
Strap in, bros. It's gonna get crazy.
2.0? Let's get it.
Yeah.
I know.
Circa
half the universe.
Circa as well. We're going to talk about the X-Men lists in a few minutes, so hang on to that. And when we get to the segment, by all means, just put your hand up in chat and post them, and we'll talk for sure. Hell yeah! I'm looking forward to the list.
Yeah.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt there. Sorry, I just wanted to read those bits out in chat. Yeah. So
Can I say too? Like with Pinto's thing about Sam being a CT character, when Sam's trying to like get the nut turned on the fucking ship, can they just let Sam fix one problem?
I know.
Can they just give him one thing to fix? Like and Sam comes up.
And they even have Bucky fix it like with his weak arm. With his,
yeah. I love that.
He's like, you couldn't use the metal one. He's like, oh.
That was
God.
that was the funniest line to me, where Bucky's like, oh yeah, I kind of forget about the arm because I'm right-handed. I laughed at that. I thought that was great. I'm loving Bucky, like, even more and more, like, you know, I always thought he was a cool character, but now it's like, shit, like, give him his own movie, like, you know, I'll sit in for that, like, I'll pay for that.
Yeah, he had been so much of the emotionless zombie with no character, really, and everything before now, and I like that that the show started with him trying to, like, break free from that programming, and then they've given him a bunch of characters as well to go along with that.
Yeah.
It's worked really well.
Mm-hmm.
Circa in the chat. I want a Bucky show. Get Sam out of this bitch. Circa, I agree with you perfectly.
All right,
I think I'll love to see Sam show up in, like, Spider-Man and, like, Doctor Strange, but he's there and he's, like, in the big fights, you know, kind of like Black Widow style character. You know what I mean? She's just there. She's kicking ass. It's great. Some great scenes, some funny lines, all that sort of thing. But, like, I don't think we ever get a movie like Captain America 5 and it's Sam as Captain America. I don't think that ever happens.
Oh, I totally could see that, bro.
Really? I don't see that happening.
I don't know if they would do it because
if it's tied with Winter Soldier, I could see it only if they keep it.
Like you don't think you could have like a street level like Falcon as Captain America movie?
No. I don't think
like,
so.
There's nothing in
I would love to see it. I just don't see it happening. Like, I'm all about it.
Captain did that Falcon couldn't do, you know, besides like the super serum, but like it was I could see him totally being a ground level him versus the government type of thing.
Do you know what I find really strange as well, right? And now maybe this is just how the average fan is taking this show, but when I'm watching a show like Game of Thrones or like The Mandalorian or even WandaVision, I'm always like, because I'm a few hours ahead of you guys, like I'm always afraid to go on the internet the day of because I don't want any spoilers. I have never seen a spoiler for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. No one talks about the show. Like, I
agree.
Nobody's talking about this show. Like, usually I would be like, okay, I can't open Twitter, can't open Instagram, can't go anywhere near TikTok.
Because in your YouTube recommended
exactly. But there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing happening. I don't understand it. And then I think that is a reflection on the kind of standard fan base that people just aren't watching this show.
I don't think they are either, and I think that's why like the director came out and like teased a cameo. It's like there's gonna be a cameo that makes you cry in this because I think the numbers are just like down. Like I think you're right. I don't think a lot of people are watching the show. Definitely not like they were watching WandaVision. And maybe WandaVision. I remember us talking about it. We're like, look, there's a lot of hype here, and they may have like spoiled the trust with the fan base in terms of like hype and what's coming later.
100%.
Because like you can't get hyped up about anything coming because like I don't believe a word Marvel says anymore about anything.
Well, the whole marketing thing of, you know, the Ralph Boner thing and all, that worked once, it's not going to work again, you know?
Right.
And I think the fans, especially like all the like YouTube creators and all this stuff, they've all copped onto that now, and they know that, you know, okay, we're not going to start theorizing and do all this stuff because they're just going to let us down. And even like people started getting excited about this cameo, and that was a letdown as well. Like, I like your one's cool and all, but like I was expecting someone like Uma Thurman or some like absolute like goddess of Hollywood to walk in and just drop a few lines and be like,
Jennifer Aniston.
No, maybe not Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston in the MCU, please. Come on.
I don't know, but I genuinely thought that it was going to be someone like god tier level actress who hasn't been in the MCU. Is just going to come in, drop a few lines, drop a bomb, drop the mic and walk, like, you know. And it was the scene was cool, but I just think they oversold it. And again, it's just them kind of like trying to promote and trying to market it. But I just think people have given up. Like anything that I ever see on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, if you go into the comment section, like there's all these kind of people that you can tell they're just kind of standard fans, and all the comments are all the same. Is after WandaVision, I'm not like, you know, I'm not reading anything. After WandaVision, I'll believe it when I see it. There's all this shit like, you know, now. So I think a lot of the standard fandom have been really like kind of poisoned by the aftermath of WandaVision, and I just think that it's like, yeah, whatever, I'll just wait and see. Yeah. Or I don't even know if they're watching it live. I don't even know what, like, you know, I don't see any hype except for the like inner circles of like the Marvel fandom. Like, I don't see any hype for this show.
Yeah, I talked to my buddy about it today, just offhand, because I was mentioning that I had this to do later.
Yo, Bobby, what's up, dude? How are you?
He told me he started watching. I think he watched the first episode. It didn't really hook him, and he's like, at this point, I'm just gonna wait until I can binge it all. So it's like I can get a story out of it.
Yeah, like I'm sitting watching it like with my girlfriend, like, and you know, she's kind of like, she turns to be like kind of 45 minutes in, and it's like, there's nothing happening in this episode. Like, there's nothing happening. And I'm like, there's loads of stuff happening, like, but it's very like kind of boring stuff that's kind of just building up to the bigger stuff. Like, you know, we know John Walker is going to like Dark Avengers or Thunderbolts, you know, it's just slowly building it. And to me, that's interesting. But again, like, I'm part of the nerdom, like, you know, like these like normal fans, all they want to see is action and like, you know, emotion and drama and stuff like that. Like, you know, I just think sitting around watching the stuff slowly build just isn't doing it, especially for a show that's only 6 episodes and not even 6 hours runtime. Like, it's less than 6 hours runtime, like, you know. So I just think, especially with the way that this episode went, I would have preferred to see whatever action we have in the next episode in this one, and then do the last one as a kind of wrap up thing to just go back on what I said already.
I feel like WandaVision set the precedence of there not being that much filler. Like, everything had a purpose and a meaning, and I feel like a lot of this feels like filler right now. Like,
that was definitely a filler episode. Yeah.
And it's like when you, like you said, when you don't even have 6 hours runtime, you haven't allotted yourself filler time. Like, it all needs to be meaningful.
Yeah.
And it all needs to stand for something.
Yeah.
Instead, we get the boat. You know.
Yeah. God bless.
But
that boat.
they really have to do something special for the last one.
For the boat.
Like, it needs for the boat. Yeah, too. Like, they gotta make that shit work.
Even if they sink it, I'll be happy.
I hope they
move something.
I was about to say. I hope they crack a bottle over the side of it and it sinks.
I'd also say it's like, for me, it's another issue too. Like, why people don't think the thing is going to be hyped up or why they're not interested is like, after WandaVision, I think it's pretty clear that the MCU on Disney Plus isn't really going to interact with the movies as strongly as like they're kind of selling that, right?
Yeah.
So like watching these TV shows, like it's kind of will give you some context, but it's not going to be important. There's not anything that is that big that's going to happen. Like everything going on in Winter and Falcon, or Falcon and Winter Soldier. Like when you go to see the Falcon in the next movie, you'll just think he shows up as Captain America because, Captain gave him the shield, right?
Yeah. And that's it, dude. You hit the nail on the head. Like that's it. Like if you skip these shows, if you're just a cinema goer, you're gonna be able. And I think they've done that on purpose. I think that's because they're people like my parents who aren't gonna sit and watch a fucking TV show on Disney Plus, but they'll go to the cinema to see it because it's a big blockbuster, And I think they need to make it that way so that when Sam shows up and he has the shield, it makes sense. But
I think what they want too is, I think they want people to watch a movie and then go be like, oh, now there's a show, and then they want people to also be able to, after that, like aren't like us at keeping up with it, that are just cinema goers, to potentially have the interest to go watch the show.
Yep. And then like I think when you look at the rest of the Disney Plus slate, like you got the Loki show coming up, but that Loki doesn't interact with the main timeline because he wasn't part of it, right?
Yeah.
So he's not even gonna be a deal.
Yeah.
Then you got like She-Hulk, like she's not gonna interact with the main MCU timeline. Moon Knight isn't going to.
Well, I think
Marvel's probably not going to.
Mark Ruffalo is going to be in She-Hulk.
Okay.
So I think that will, and I believe.
But like, I don't think her She-Hulk character probably will not hit MCU unless there's like a big Avengers meetup movie where like they got a bunch of them like charging out, and you got like a Howard the Duck movie moment. Like, what's he doing back there fighting?
I think I heard another rumor as well that Charlie Cox's Daredevil is going to be in She-Hulk too. So I think what they might try to do there with that is they could try and reinvent the Defenders, but on Disney Plus. I think that's what the aim is there.
Yeah,
which I think would work. I would love that. I would love that.
Do you guys ready to give Defenders another chance?
I would because I love Charlie Cox as Daredevil so much, bro. He is like, that is one of my favorite shows. No lie, that is some of the best Marvel content.
Do you guys think this is the last we saw of Nemo? Or Zemo? I always say Nemo.
Nemo.
Finding Nemo, bro. Do you think we see Zemo again in the future at all? Or do you think Zemo...
Yeah, I think we do.
I think we see him again.
I think we do. I think he has dealings with the Thunderbolts and stuff like that. So I think that's coming. That that whole storyline's coming. Circa in the chat says, I almost feel like the next episode should be a double episode. God, bro, I wish it was a double episode. But I just don't think we're ever going to get it. Like, even today's episode was an hour, and I was like, wow, that's the longest an episode has been. It was 1 hour on the dot, and obviously that includes like 7 minutes of credits, but still, it was still 1 hour. Like, I think that's the longest we get. I don't think it'll be.
We don't know the runtime of the next one, yeah?
I don't know it. Yeah, I don't know it.
It's probably going to be over an hour, but it's going to have like 2 to 3 post credit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't Wanda have 2 or 3?
Wanda had... Was it 2? I thought it had the scroll thing and her in the... Yeah, there was 2, and her in the book.
Yeah.
Whatever it's called. Darkhold. Couldn't think of the name.
Yeah, there has to be at least 2.
So here's
they have to tease something at the end.
Here's something I read today as well. Apparently Marvel have actually reached out to Nicolas Cage to return as Ghost Rider.
No way!
I swear to God, bro. Because the Darkhold is what gives him his power. So, and as well in the MCU, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show had a different Ghost Rider. And he had the Darkhold on the TV show, and the actor who plays him put out a tweet like, "Oh shit, I shouldn't have left the Darkhold under my bed," kind of joking like, "Crap, I don't know how Agatha got it," but I wonder like, will they actually do some sort of a little tie in there? Because I know Agatha's meant to be in Captain Marvel, Doctor Strange 2 and so on. So I'd be curious if that actually happens.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yo, thank you for the follow.
Any of the Netflix or ABC shows over into continuity, like for real.
Well, Agatha is confirmed for Doctor Strange 2.
Okay, yeah, but like the Disney Plus shows, but I'm talking about like anyone from like the Netflix series or like the ABC shows, like I don't know.
Yeah, because I was reading as well that I think a lot of people are theorizing that the Netflix universe is actually like an alternate universe to our one. But what they might do is, to explain it, they could bring in Charlie Cox, but he's actually the Daredevil of our Earth as well, but he's just slightly different. So then that they can actually retcon the Netflix series, but then keep it that it was almost completely identical to our timeline, but just a little different or something like that. And then they can reinvent him, give him a new suit, all that sort of shit,
Captain went and lived in the Netflix universe, That's where he spent out his days, over there.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Because I know it's kind of weird. Like, it's not a big deal, but like the actor who was playing Blade, like he was in Luke Cage, you know what I mean, as a character.
Exactly. And this kind of confirms that a little more as well, because obviously Marvel are very conscious of continuity, I think. Even when they used the same character to play who was in Captain America 1, and then he was the principal in Spider-Man Homecoming. It turned out he was playing his granddad in Captain America, which I thought was really cool and a very clever way to do it. But I think if you confirm, if they have this guy who's playing Blade and he was in Luke Cage, technically then I think what the theories are saying is correct, that Charlie Cox's and like the Punisher and so on, their universe is slightly different, and I think they'll be the same characters, but they're not the same people, if that makes sense. They'll have different origins, or slightly different origin stories.
Yeah, I definitely just don't think Kevin Feige wants to be tied down like at all by anything else anyone did. He's like, this is what we're doing. Get on board. Sorry.
I was listening to a thing as well. They were talking about potential Wolverine storylines and what they might have an idea is. They tell his story as a kind of flashback that he's like 200 years old, so he was around in the 1800s and whatever, and then potentially he may have met Steve Rogers during World War II, but then what they're saying is that potentially he's dead or presumed to be dead in the MCU, which is why the likes of what am I saying? What's his name? Fury and like all these guys in the government and stuff, like how they don't actually know who he is because he's been presumed dead for like 50 years, but maybe he's just gone into hiding, or he lost his memory, the whole adamantium shot in the head thing. So then, it kind of comes forward to now, and then it's him just trying to kind of, like the way what they did with Hugh Jackman's character, maybe he's like trying to just remember who he was. And I think that's a really, really good idea, because it brings him into the storyline, and then it really makes sense why he's not around for Endgame or any of that stuff, because it's just like he's living in isolation, he doesn't know who the fuck he is, he's just kind of freaked out living in the woods by himself sort of thing, like trying to like find Xavier and so on, and find out who he is. And it's just a great way of him being there the whole time, being in the background the entire time. You kind of throw him into the first Avenger movie somewhere, like he meets Steve during the war or something, and then just disappears off the face of the earth after he has the whole Stryker thing and the experiments and stuff like that. Like, I think that is amazing. That's the way they got to do it.
Yeah. And can I just say, dude, if we're gonna have people who are like like, think about Chris Evans, like you just sparked by, like in that first movie, and this is what I thought during this show, like when he got the super serum, like that dude like bulked the fuck up. Yes. Like he went from this tiny dude to like just like shredded. Yeah. And why is everyone who has super serum now just like average people? They're just average people.
They said they actually said this in the episode when they were talking.
Did they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah. So he said, it was referenced in the episode, the doctor, who Zemo killed. He said he modified the serum so that it wouldn't affect people like that. He said he didn't want jacked up soldiers anymore. He said he wanted normal looking people because they would be able to blend in easier. That was his whole thing. So that's why little short, like 5'5" girls can be super soldiers now. So
it's very convenient writing.
I feel like it's a cop out. Yeah.
But this is again. But I like it. It's intelligent. It fits in very well.
I want to see it look like she's been on steroids for like 3 months.
Oh yeah. Like I want traps on traps, like.
Yeah. I want her to look like a flying squirrel when she jumps out of windows.
Yeah.
Traps on traps, baby. Yeah. Like.
You guys want to get to the casting?
Will we do the casting?
I'm excited.
I'm ready.
You ready? Who's going first?
I'm ready.
Who's going
first?
I'm
not really ready.
Ross isn't ready. He goes first.
God, no, I'm not going first. Hell no. Like I don't even know. I don't even know X-Men that well.
I'll throw my hat in the ring here.
Circa says he'll go first if you want.
Circa will go first. I mean, these are gonna be terrible, so we can only go up from here. So.
Okay, I picked 3 former Batman actors. I just want to say that.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I picked 3 former people that were Batman to fill out my roster, and it kind of works.
Yeah. Kind of works.
I like it.
Kind of works.
I like it. Yeah, Circa, hit us, dude.
Hit us it. Dude, I'm still like mesmerized by how they're going to bring the mutants into the MCU. I think this is like my favorite like theory, like, well, not even theory, just like my biggest anticipation is how they're going to do this. God dang it! I knew this motherfucker shouldn't have gone first. He stole one of mine.
Ooh, he has one of mine as well. He's got one of mine too.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I like it. I like the list.
All right, so
Rosario Dawson. I was steering clear of people who are actually in the MCU already or like in Marvel already, and I know Rosario has a massive presence in the Netflix universe, but to go back on our comment, if it is a slightly different universe, it could make sense that she could be somebody else. She might not even be in that universe. So yeah, I have no problem with that, and I love her as an actress. She's amazing. I don't know who the second person is.
Colton Hayes.
He's actually my Iceman as well, believe it or not.
Okay, you know what? We shouldn't read Circus because he's just stealing everyone's ideas first.
Yeah,
that's on the pod first, so he doesn't steal our stuff. He's stealing all our thunder, bro.
Oh, that's a good Iceman, dude. I'm not gonna be able to outdo that one.
He's who I picked for my Iceman. I can't believe it. Right, I actually genuinely thought that I was like, nah, there's no way.
Iceman was my weakest selection, and that is such a good one.
All right. Well, I'm gonna start my list off here and jump in the ring, because my first one I'm gonna be taking Rosario Dawson as Storm. Like you said, she did play the Night Nurse in all of the Netflix series. But if we're pulling in Blade, if we're pulling people in Blade, we're pulling Rosario Dawson.
You picked in Rosario for Storm too?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Rosario Dawson is my Storm because when I picture Storm, they're casting Storm a little bit younger now, and in my head, Rosario Dawson is like a little bit older lady. Storm's kind of like she's a teacher. Character. She's like in her late 20s, maybe 30s, and I think Rosario Dawson pulls that off. I also is a lot because of how she played Ahsoka, where Ahsoka's like very a stoic character, right? Like happy and has fun moments, but like it can like turn it on.
Yo, James, thanks for hanging out, dude.
And so I pull Rosario Dawson as my Storm.
Yeah.
So I say we go around the horn and
I like that.
I did.
So we'll do all the storms first.
Yeah.
I did. Ella
Balinska. I like it.
I don't know if Ella Balinska. She was in the new Charlie's Angels.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, Kyle. I can't be surprised by yours. Kyle actually told me his list already.
Oh my god!
I cheated.
You guys can't get a hold of yourself.
Do you know actually what's really funny?
Great.
I went for the younger kind of like you said. They've been doing a lot of youngers, and since that was the most recent Storm I saw. I kind of thought who could fit a younger and grow into the role. So I thought she would probably be able to kill it. She's got the action experience with Charlie's Angels.
She's got a very fierce look about her, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Sorry, I actually don't know what I'm thinking. Like, what's wrong with me? My Iceman actually isn't Colton Haynes. I'm so sorry that I actually said that.
You just like the pick so much that you stole it in your head already.
No, I didn't. Actually, what happened was Ghost sent me his list. Right, and I had made the Colton Haynes suggestion to him. Yeah, sorry, that's what it was. Sorry, that's why I had Colton in my head for him because I actually had the conversation with Ghosty. The one the guy that I picked is actually someone different. Sorry, apologies. Annie is picking. Who's that? Tandy Newton. She's in Westworld. Is that the one who plays the main robot one? What's her name? Yeah, she's cool. I like her. I think I saw people were saying she would make a good Sue Storm, I think it was. Some fan castings for her for Sue Storm I thought would be really cool. Yeah. My choice for Storm is I'm just going to change to my desktop view for 1 second, guys. Because I'm just going to bring up a picture of her as well, just for the chat for anybody who doesn't know her. Imagine. Oh my god.
You know why he's looking at Colton Hayes?
That stuff. This is my choice for Storm.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I absolutely love. I love her.
Look at the imaging. you Googled dream casting and you just went with that girl.
No.
Look at it right below it.
There is literally, I put that in there like that just because I wanted to see had anybody else actually thought of her as Storm already, and there's no kind of fan pictures or anything. That was the reason for that. But I love her in Lovecraft. She was phenomenal. Yes. Phenomenal in that show. And she played the Black Canary in the Harley Quinn movie, which I wasn't mad about, but it's still kind of cool. So I think she's got a bit of superhero experience. I think they might develop her character in a good way. I don't know. But I really, really like her in Lovecraft. I thought she was brilliant. So that's who my Storm would be.
She plays like a very take-no shit character in Lovecraft, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sick of this. Like, I'm going to throw some lightning bolts at people.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good choice. I like that.
Asman, we're actually doing them one by one, dude. So we're only going through Storm right now.
Storm, we're still in the Bronxies.
Yes, and this is the one that I had the most struggle with. Like I don't know a lot about Storm, the X-Men overall. So I actually spent some good time googling fan casting for Storm, and the one that I picked was my favorite. I don't know if you know this one, but Kiki Lane.
Kiki Lane.
She was in a Netflix movie last summer. The old girl, like a superhero kind of ish, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I don't know a lot about, but from what I've read about her,
she's going to be in the next Coming to America. I like her.
She's definitely got the look anyway. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll just bring it up for the chat. Just people who don't have a clue.
That's gonna be my pick.
What was she? Oh, was she in that show with Michael B. Jordan? What was that show called again?
I think so.
With the kid with the powers? Is that the one? Am I thinking of something wrong there?
Well, I mean, I was looking at images, and there's one of the top images is a picture of her and Michael B. Jordan, so I can only assume that.
Yeah.
Correct.
I think she was in that show that he actually kind of produced the show or something. I can't remember the name of it now. I watched it with the kid who has the powers. It was actually a really good show. I can't remember the name of it. I'm awful.
If Beetle Street could talk? I don't know.
Okay. Who's next?
Storm?
Oh, it's Max. I don't know. Is Max here? I don't know if Max is still in the chat. I'd love to hear his list. Go on to the next one. I'm just going to text Max real quick.
So next up, we got Iceman. And my pick for Iceman might be a little left field here, but I think it works. I would say Jordan Peterson would make a great Iceman. He's a little quirky, he's got that little funness about him, and I don't know. I just think he's got that look. Am I saying that right, Peterson? Not Peterson. Who am I thinking of?
Yeah, Jordan Peterson.
Who's the streamer? Jordan.
I don't know who Jordan Peterson is.
The streamer Jordan Fisher.
Jordan Fisher. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. He just got cast for the Flash TV show. He's going to be playing Bart Allen.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Really? I was thinking about him as well for the show because that's him there for anyone who doesn't know. Jordan Fisher, friend of Ninja.
He's charismatic.
He's a cool dude. He's a great singer and all. He's a cool celebrity.
Yeah. So I think he's got that attitude that Iceman brings. Where he gets serious, whatever. But he's got this kind of jokiness about him.
Yeah, that's him there.
Cool. You know what? I really like moving away from the classic because obviously roles like with Falcon and Winter Soldier bringing this up, how no one could ever have a black Captain America. I really like that you went because obviously Iceman's always been a white character, hasn't he? So I like that. I like that you just went a different direction with that, and I think that works really well.
I think he's just he's got an attitude that when I look at Iceman, I'm like, he's got the same type of attitude.
Yep.
Oh, Max is here now. Hang on. He's put in his Storm. Jordan Fisher. That's a good one, dude. Sorry,
I said Peterson. I'm a boomer now, dude. I'm full on to my I'm mixing people up completely.
I again don't know who this person is, but here she is.
Oh, she looks really familiar to me.
Oh, it's your one from Umbrella Academy. Hell yeah, dude.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, she's fucking cool. She'd be a really good Storm, actually. I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah.
All right, Max is bringing the heat.
Yeah, she's cool. I like her.
That's definitely a good choice.
Yeah, That's really good. Max, who's your Iceman? Drunkie's Storm was... Oh my god, who was your Storm again? How have I forgotten already?
Dawson.
Oh yeah, Rosario Dawson. And mine was the girl who played Black Canary in the Harley Quinn movie, and she was in Lovecraft Country as well. They were my one.
Yep.
Oh my god. What's funny, Max actually chose Jordan Fisher for Iceman as well. What the fuck? That's crazy.
Look at me, Max. We're out here.
That's crazy.
I was muted. That's what I was saying. I was like, great minds must think alike, you and Max.
Yeah, or chubby ones, whatever.
Let's go.
So, Iceman was actually my weakest selection. I picked Jason Sudeikis, and maybe like a little bit younger Jason Sudeikis. He was in Meet the Millers. He was the main guy.
Oh,
I feel like he
comedian.
Yeah, I feel like he's got just kind of that Iceman look to me. It's kind of the typecast where every Iceman's kind of at, I don't know, just an average looking dude. It was my worst. It was my worst one. It was hard for me.
Annie's Iceman is Dave Franco. Hell yeah!
All I can say is
I love the Francos. Like, so I'll give them work anytime. Like, for 100%.
All I can say from here on out is the rest of my list is all Batman. So
yeah, that's fantastic though. There's nothing. That's lovely. I love it.
What about Bronx's Iceman?
It's me. All right. So I picked Josh Hutcherson from the Hunger Games, the guy who played PETA.
Oh, that's good. PETA.
He actually went to a high school. I played soccer against that kid. He went to a high school near me.
What was he in again? Sorry, who was it?
Hunger Games. The Hunger Games. That played PETA.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yeah. He was a really good kid. He was a good kid actor as well, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, I like him too.
Yeah, that's a good choice. God, okay.
Sharky,
what's some good choices going on. I like this.
Okay, so my choice for Iceman is Robbie Mel.
Robbie Mel.
Yeah, he's up on the thing here. He's just your classic fucking... He's actually Canadian, but he's your classic kind of like...
It works.
He has the look. He's played a superhero already. He was in the DC show The Flash. He played Firestorm. I just think he's a really funny actor as well. I think there's a lot of comedy in the Iceman role, and I think he has it. Like, his show Upload was absolutely hilarious. He was the lead character in that show. I think he's just he's got the superhero look. His cousin plays Green Arrow in DC. Like, you know, he's part of like the superhero family basically at this stage. Like, and I just think he'd be a really good choice. He's a good, he's a good actor as well.
This is why I feel like this is a great choice. I know it's kind of dumb, but you see how his eyebrows sit really low? I think that works because like you can't have ice on your eye. Like, it has to be a no eyebrow look.
Yeah.
And so like, I think because he doesn't really have eyebrows, it's like works.
Yeah,
this
and he's got the hero chin as well. He's got the chiseled chin. Yeah. He's got the hero chin. You know.
Yeah.
Are you saying heroes can't have butt chins, bro? What are you saying?
I'm just saying, bro. It just works, bro. You know, don't kill the messenger. But yeah, I liked him. I liked him for my Iceman. They just finished shooting. I don't know if you have seen that Upload show on Amazon Prime. It is fucking brilliant. I love it so much. They just finished shooting season 2, and extra brownie points, he's a Twitch partner as well. So
oh my god,
yeah, he's a legend, bro. He's a legend. So yeah, he's doing it all. That's my choice for Iceman. Who are we going to next?
Xavier.
Xavier's up next.
Xavier.
All right, here's my Xavier. I got 2 choices, but I'm only gonna share one unless you want to hear the second one for real.
I'll always want to hear the second one.
My first pick would be Ewan McGregor as Charles
Hell
Xavier.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think he'd be perfect, bro. Like, he's got this calm demeanor about him, but like this serious, stoic. This like he's got this wisdom about him. Of course, because he played Obi-Wan. I think he'd be a really great Xavier, man.
Yeah.
Like, that would be mine. Number one choice.
It's a good choice.
Ewan McGregor will always have a special place in my heart, so I would love to see him in the MCU. Obviously, and I think he did a really good job in DC as Black Mask as well. It was just a completely different style. Like, it wasn't what people expected at all. And I just think he pulled it off brilliantly. Like, you know, he can definitely hold his own in the superhero genre. For sure.
Like, I also think he has a good bald head too. Like, that's important. You gotta have a good bald head. So
yeah,
true.
That leads me into the first Batman on my list, Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton as Xavier.
As Charles Xavier.
Michael Keaton as Charles Xavier. Let me see if I could see that actually.
I feel like he when in his serious roles he's done pretty well, especially lately. The past couple of years, he's had a couple more serious roles. I think Michael Keaton former Batman. Put him in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Circa, I think, has Bryan Cranston as his, and I think I've seen somebody else. Who else? I think maybe somebody else sent me a list. That's on someone else's list as well. I think it was Ghosty's list. Ghosty has, I think he has. Sorry, let me just pull it up real quick. Sorry, I feel bad because I know he's not here, but he did send me the list, so I want to just read it. I want to read it out because
he didn't get Xavier.
I want to read out. Can I just read out Ghosty's list, like his full list right now, just because I might forget? And to be fair, he went to the trouble of doing it for me. So, so his Storm was Michaela Cole. I don't know who that is. Iceman was Scott Evans, the real brother of Chris Evans. I think that would kind of be cool. Colin Firth as his Xavier.
Okay.
Neil Mcdonough as his Magneto. I love your man Neil Mcdonough. He was in he's been in loads of movies and stuff. He was in a lot of the DC shows as well, the CW shows. He had a big presence on them. His Cyclops is Dan Stevens. He played Legion in the Marvel show on FX. I'm not exactly sure.
Oh, yeah.
And he thinks he played the perfect Scott Summers. So, yeah, I like that. Cillian Murphy is Annie's Xavier. Let's go. I like that. Cillian Murphy's a legend. Like, my girlfriend was actually saying, like, she... I think news dropped today that one of the main actresses from Peaky Blinders died today. And I haven't seen the show, so she's like, you have to watch the show with me now. You have to realize how amazing she was and stuff like that. So
I need to see him. I need to see him bald. I don't know the quality of his head.
True.
He could have a lumpy mess up there.
Bronxy, who was your Xavier?
My Xavier, Mark Strong.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you, bro. Fuck you, bro. Look at that. Mark Strong is mine as well.
It is?
Yeah. And Kingsman. I didn't even realize.
Look at that.
But Boss Logic actually did a picture of him as Xavier. I never even saw that before, trust me. I never saw that in my life. It's just his bald head. Look at that head, man. Yeah. That's Xavier's head. Ooh. Right there. He is Xavier.
Spot on.
And he's such
a little Voldemort-y.
He's such a
kindness about him. I feel like he needs a kindness, you know? Like, if that guy shows up at my door like, you're a mutant, I'm like, fuck you, no I'm not. Like, go away.
Yeah, but I don't know, he just plays such a really cool character. Like, I love him in Kingsman. He obviously played Sinestro in Green Lantern as well, which was a really cool role. But obviously, he turns into a villain in that. But I just think he's a badass, man. Like, imagine that as Xavier, bro. I just love it.
My left field pick, it would be, I swear to God, Tom Cruise. I think.
Hell yeah!
Oh my God!
Like in Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he'd be great at this role. He knows what to do.
I think Tom Cruise as the character from Tropic Thunder as Charles Xavier.
Oh my God!
Too far. My camera keeps falling down. Sorry, I'm not hiding. Someone in my chat, why are you hiding? I'm not hiding. My camera just keeps falling. My camera's shit. Tom Cruise in a wheelchair? Hell yeah, that'd be so funny, dude.
He said Tom Cruise in a wheelchair? Hell yeah.
I'd love to see that. Yeah, no, I think Mark Strong is a really good one. Bronxy. A tip of the hat to you, sir.
Thank you.
Cyclops, drunkie.
Well, I mean, Tom Cruise in a wheelchair, if they, depending on what Xavier used, like the
current
MC.
Exactly.
The current Xavier doesn't have a wheelchair, like he's standing and stuff, you know, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you start him off without a wheelchair in a role, you're not gonna be able to force Tom Cruise in a wheelchair. He's like, no, I'm too strong for that.
How am I gonna run? How am I gonna run?
A wheelchair. He would just crawl around.
Yeah. How would I run? Because Tom Cruise has to run in every single movie he's in because he's a sprinter in real life. So he's like, I got to sprint in everything. So there's no way you're getting Xavier to sprint unless you put some nos in that wheelchair. Yeah.
All right, so Mex's Cyclops is also his Magneto.
What?
Dang. No, he's got two different.
Oh no. He's got two different names. Ansel Elgort.
John Hamm is Magneto. Yeah, I like John Hamm. John Hamm's
Ansel Elgort.
All right, let's go on to Magneto then. My pick for my Magneto would be Javier Bardem. Would be my Magneto.
Baby
He's got
Driver?
Huh?
Oh, sorry. I was reading Max's thing. Sorry, go ahead.
He just.
What's his name again? Drunky, sorry.
Javier Bardem. You'll know when you see him.
Okay.
He's got this like worldliness about him that I think Magneto has. Just like this sense of like hugeness. Like he's very calm, and then like he like can fire up and get like really mad when he needs to. Like I think that dude would play a wild Magneto.
This dude here?
Yep, that's him.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I like him.
And like,
look at that. He's got that sinister look as well. Yeah. He kind of looks like Jeffrey Dean Morgan, doesn't he?
I almost feel like he's too big, though. Like, he's a huge dude.
He's a chunker, I'm not going to lie, but...
Yeah, but Magneto is a big dude as well, though, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The Magneto, the way he's drawn in the comic books, he's a big dude.
Yeah,
that's Jeffrey Dean Morgan. That's a tan Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I don't know what I'm saying here. This is scaring me, guys. It's freaking me out. That's Jeffrey Dean Morgan right there.
If you've ever watched any of his movies, like the way he plays a character cold and like villainous is like so good, bro. So like I just see him as where he could like go back and forth between being a villain and like maybe not a villain, but like just motivated by his own cause. I think that would be my. I don't know. I think he'd kill it. I think he would kill it.
Yeah.
I picked another Batman for Magneto, and I picked Christian Bale.
Oh, Mr. Bale himself.
Christian Bale just. You mix a little bit of that craziness from The Machinist into some badass Batman action,
and just his actual craziness as well. Like you want to get him blown up on the Marvel sets. Disney be firing him in 6 months, just punching out cameramen.
Liam Neeson
would be sweet,
or Ralph. I don't know who that is.
Liam Neeson would be like a cool kind of casting if they were kind of going along the kind of same kind of stepping stones as the original movie, where like they're older characters, and then like maybe they've lived through the whole fucking secret mutant thing, and now it's becoming public. I like that idea. I don't know who the other dude is. I'm gonna have to Google him.
I'm on board for Liam Neeson, especially if we do, Ewan McGregor as Xavier. I'm in for it.
Oh, bro, could you imagine? The boys are back in town, baby. Oh, yes. I know
Rory McCann.
This Ralph guy. Sorry, I do know him. I like him as well. He actually played Voldemort. Okay.
Yep, that's cool.
Yeah, he's cool. Okay. Yeah.
My second pick would have been the Hound.
The Hound? Yes.
Rory McCann for a good Magneto.
So my Magneto, I was kind of, when I was thinking about Magneto, I was thinking about Michael Fassbender, because I think he is one of the coolest like characters in X-Men for sure. Fassbender, I love him as an actor. Little biased as well, obviously, because he's Irish. He's such a cool motherfucker. I was kind of had him in my head when I was thinking about it, and my Magneto is none other than Henry Cavill. Look at that.
That's a really good one.
Yeah. Picture the helmet over his head.
Yeah.
I just see it like he's just, and then like obviously he's such a fucking beast as well. Like,
gosh.
I think there's your Magneto right there. Look at him. Look at him, the handsome bastard.
Oh my god. This is a tank, bro.
Plus you're stealing Superman from DC, so that's a big
Well, I know they're kind of thinking like, they'd love to bring him into the MCU as Captain Britain, but I just think it's a little too on the nose, like, or whatever. Like, I think bring him in as like,
there's such thing as a Captain Britain? Did you just?
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
Okay, pal, you're on Marvelous Chats with Marvelous Chaps. You need to know about Captain Britain here, all right?
No idea.
Too sexy for Magneto. Yeah, but Fassbender.
Does he hang out with Captain Ireland a lot, or?
No, we only have leprechauns, bro. We've got Peter Dinklages. That's it.
We got Peter Dinklages.
No, I think like Fassbender was definitely melting all the women's hearts, like, for sure, as Magneto, as the young Magneto, like,
Yeah.
So I think Henry Cavill would be a fantastic cast for him.
Mm-hmm. Who'd you get for Magneto, Bronxy?
Well, speaking of Peter Dinklage.
Please tell me he's your Magneto.
No. Imagine. But I don't know if you guys ship this one, but I picked Nikolai Coster-Waldau as Magneto.
For Magneto?
Yeah. It was a wild card, but
Jamie Lannister.
Ooh, yep. That is such a good pick.
Yeah, that's good.
I like that.
I liked it, like the way he portrays Jamie in Game of Thrones. Like you can see him as a villain, but then kind of a anti-hero as well.
Yep.
Like he's a lovable. You always find a way to like that guy.
Yeah.
And that's how Magneto's like. You always seem drawn to.
Yeah. That is my pick.
Yeah. That kind of leads into we got everyone's here, right? We got us 4. Yeah.
Yep.
My pick. Oh man, this kind of leads off Bronxy's last pick. Because for Cyclops, that was actually my choice for Cyclops. Would be Jamie Lannister. I think plays Cyclops.
Yeah.
I see Cyclops kind of like a Storm character where, you know, you have your like teenage X-Men, and then you have like your kind of 20-year-old X-Men, and where like the Wolverines kind of land, the Jean Greys, and the Cyclops. And I think you need a little bit older of a character playing Cyclops, because I think you need like a leader, like someone who's a little bit older and can like lead this team. And I saw Jamie Lannister. He's got like the chin, and I envisioned like the Cyclops visor over his face. I was like, I'm ready. You can go for that.
Hell yeah.
I picked a third Batman with Robert Pattinson for my Cyclops.
Robert Pattinson.
Interesting.
Is he Scarecrow?
No, Pattinson. He's going to be the
new Batman.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, I think he could do Cyclops. I think of more of his Cedric Diggory days, kind of, and that's where I see him.
Oh, Annie has the same Cyclops as me. How dare she? This is actually crazy. It's actually crazy that we're picking a lot of the same people, and especially like I did not think that anyone would pick Jensen Ackles at all. What the fuck? Sorry to interrupt
I like Sturka's pick too, John Krasinski.
Nah, bro.
I could see that being.
No. John Krasinski is in the MCU already. He will be Reed Richards. He is Mr. Fantastic. He cannot play anything else.
Dude.
No.
That means that the dude who played the Flame in that movie, I don't like that actor, and that means he's in there. And
Chris Evans?
Michael B. Jordan?
No, who played the Fire? No, it might not be the Fire dude then. I'm thinking of the Fantastic Four that flopped and the stretch.
Yeah, that was Michael B. Jordan, and he's Killmonger and thing already. So
well, then who played
fantastic
the
actor?
Dude? Fantastic.
Sorry, you're thinking of the Reed Richards from there.
They tried to make that dude happen they put him in
for like 8 movies, and nobody likes him.
Yeah, no, that was a flop.
They tried to force that guy like 8 times, and apparently he's a jerk. All like just in general. And
for anybody who doesn't know, that's Jensen Ackles. He played the older brother in Supernatural. He's going to be in season 3 of The Boys. He's playing what's his name? He's playing some new character who's from like the 60s, and he's like fucking Homelander ×2. Like he's going to be the new big bad. Like he's going to make. Apparently, they described him when they cast him as he's going to make Homelander look like a bitch. Literally, that's how they launched him in. Yeah. So he's going to be epic, bro. He's Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy's his name.
When's The Boys season 3?
I think it's like September, as far as I know. They're shooting it at the moment, but he's such a cool character as Dean Winchester in Supernatural. That's my Cyclops, and I think someone had actually fan cast him as Cyclops before. Look at that. That's so fucking cool. That was years ago now, but
we pull up Ansel Elgort. That was Mex's Cyclops. Ansel
I love how, like Pinto's choice for Cyclops here. Like you could easily see why he lends like a beautiful girlfriend, and also at the same time why he loses them. Like he's very handsome, very like plain at the same time. Like I don't know, bro.
Oh yeah, the kid from Baby Driver. I like this guy. Do you know Baby Driver? That movie, Baby Driver.
Yeah.
That's Mex's Cyclops.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I like him. I can picture him playing Scott, like a young Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Padalecki for Cyclops.
Anyone else here a really big fan of Havoc and enjoyed the fact that they had him a lot more in the newer versions of the remakes of the X-Men's? Havoc, Scott Summers' brother.
Yeah. Like I'm not like the deepest fan on him, but like I love him. The idea of Scott's brother and like the whole Scott's family. Like I love him.
Yeah.
Like when they said that line, "Wreak havoc." Ooh, I've always been a fan of Havoc because, like, I think there was a comic back in the day where Magneto turns both Cyclops and Havoc into bad guys for a little bit, and they run with him. And I just remember that being a really cool story, and I've always liked Havoc.
Hell yeah,
he's great. No, I hope with the Mutants movie they bring some, like, definitely deep cuts of the Mutants, because there's some, like, really good ones out there. And what I hope is, even though I think they got to reestablish some of the main ones, I hope that we just don't see all the main ones. I hope we get some really, like, some really cool ones in there, because I thought that's what Days of Future Past did really well, was bringing in some, like, really interesting mutants that don't really show up in the movies.
Yo, Mizuki, thank you so much, dude. You're a legend, bro. Right. Thank you.
Is it my turn?
Yes, sir.
To me. To keep up with the theme of my Xavier, I went with Taron Egerton.
Oh yeah.
Also a Kingsman.
He's gotta be Wolverine though, right? Like, he is the favorite casting for Wolverine. Like,
he is? I didn't know that. I like him for.
He is number one. He's number one fan pick for Ting right now.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Do you think he looks like Savage though?
I don't think he's savage enough for Wolverine.
I think he's short. Like, he's got the short look, and I think they'll jack him up severe.
Right. If he's in an alleyway running at me with the angriest face he can muster, and Hugh Jackman's in an alleyway doing the same thing, I ain't running away from him. I'm running away from Hugh Jackman.
It's true.
Yeah, like, I think he's everybody's pick for Logan. If you're in my Discord, I can't remember who posted it. Someone posted it in the Marvelous Chats on Discord, a picture of him, like, with the fucking Logan beard and stuff like that. It works perfectly.
You don't think our Urban would make a better one?
Who, Logan?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've had my kind of sights set on Tegan or whatever his name is for a while now.
You're blinded by the light. Carl Urban would be the Logan.
I think Carl Urban, I think, is cool, like, for sure. I think he just kind of brings more of the... He's very similar to the Hugh Jackman style, and I think if they're going to do Logan again, I think they need to do him different. I think they need to kind of go maybe the short and stocky guy, like in the comics, like, I think that's what they need to do. I think if they bring in someone that just looks like Jackman and kind of acts like Jackman as well, I think it kind of nearly looks like a kind of cheap knockoff sort of thing,
Yeah.
I would rather...
I don't know if he's tall or not. Is he a tall guy?
Carl Urban?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's tall. I'm pretty sure he is. Michael B. Jordan as Wolverine. Asman. That's interesting. Although he's already in the MCU as Killmonger, but he's dead, but, they don't really recast people like that. Especially that were in the movies, you know what I mean? If you're in a movie, I don't think you're getting a role in another movie. Whereas, like, they might get away with it on the Netflix show. I don't think they're doing it. So I think he's out. And I wouldn't be surprised if you find out that he actually survived and Killmonger's still alive for Black Panther 2, because I know Michael B. Jordan said that he would definitely come back. So, I think so. I love when you it's really funny, like, do you ever notice when you type, like, a celebrity's name, especially men, if you type a man's name, like a celebrity man's name, into Google, like, one of the top things is their height? And I just think it's because women are so obsessed with height. I think, like, it's one of the top searches because women always need to know how tall people are. He's like 1.85 meters, so I don't know what the hell that is. He's 6.5 feet tall.
Oh, alright,
he's
big boy.
He's a big boy, yeah.
1.8?
1.85. 1.85 meters. So he's like 6 foot. Is it 6 foot and a half, or is it 6.5 foot? It just says 6 foot and a half here, so I don't know if that's actually like 6.5 feet. I don't know.
It would have to be like six and a half. There's no way he's like 6'5". That's NBA levels tall.
Yeah. Well, the guy who plays Jansen Ackles' brother on Supernatural is 6'5", and like they just call him Moose on the show. Like, it's like in the show they actually everyone just refers to him as the Moose. Like, it's just hilarious.
Mm-hmm. The Moose.
He is 6 foot. Apparently, he is 6'5". My chat is saying
6'5".
Yeah.
Oh.
Or 6'1" now. I don't know. I'm confused. I don't really care. But yeah, I think I like the idea of him. I love him as an actor. I love him in The Boys. He's phenomenal. I think he would bring the kind of, foul mouth, like, not giving a fuck style that Logan has. I think he brings that perfectly. I just think he's a bit too similar to someone so big as Hugh Jackman, like, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think if they do Wolverine again and not bring Jackman in, I think they need to just flip the script and go different, like.
What do you guys think about the next list?
Yeah,
I've got a couple names I think would be fun, like Jean Grey, Rogue, and Mystique. I was also thinking, like, who was on the cover of the original X-Men? The people that we'd be missing off the first movie, if you were going off the cover, they had Toad on there. So I don't know if you guys went to... They had Toad.
You definitely you 100% bring back Ray Park to play Toad. He was the best. He played Darth Maul. He's Darth Maul. He's a legend.
Did he really play Darth Maul?
Yeah, Ray Park, man.
Okay, I gained a lot more respect for him because I always hated Toad.
No, he's a legend, bro. That was a great casting. Oh yeah, Annie's already Rogue. We've confirmed this already.
All right, if we're gonna do Rogue, we have to bring
it's been confirmed.
List, right? You have to.
You have to do what, sorry?
You have to put Gambit on the list too for putting in Rogue.
Yeah.
Rogue.
They go together.
What's everybody's thoughts on?
We're doing a second list. We're doing it again.
Proxy,
God, I was stressing up enough for this one.
Proxy's sweating. Gambit. What do you think of Channing Tatum? Like that whole kind of thing.
I think too buff.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of it.
Need him to look like a hustler, like he's gonna be in a pool hall or something.
I loved Taylor Kinch's Gambit. I thought it was brilliant. I think that movie's like it had a lot of bad parts in it, but I think it gets a lot more hate than it deserves. Wolverine, the origin movie, like the opening sequence of that film is still to this day one of my favorite Marvel sequences ever. You know, where they're like him and Sabretooth, they're going through all the wars and they're just like, they're not getting older, but like, you know, the technology and the weapons are getting better as it goes along and all. Like, that is just incredible. And I actually said this years ago. I was only saying the other day to my girlfriend, I was like, I wish I had a clip of me saying this years ago. But I said, what they do is, during, like, if they were to bring Wolverine into the MCU, they do something similar to that. But then they have, during the World War II scenes, they have him, like, CGI'd in beside Steve Rogers. Boom. Incredible.
Or just like innocuous, or like you zoom out of the scenes that we've seen Steve Rogers in, and then look, there's Wolverine in the back doing his own thing. Like he was there the whole time.
Exactly.
Too zoomed in, yeah.
Matt Bomer as Gambit is a fantastic shout. I love Matt Bomer. He's a legend. Really, really good actor. And he has I actually could not fault Matt Bomer at all. I'll throw him up on the screen for anyone who doesn't know him. Hang on one second. Gambit. Hell yeah. I like it.
Gambit.
Yeah, I like it.
He's too clean cut.
He was in that he's in Doom Patrol.
Okay.
But like he plays a guy who's like who's been like hang on, sorry. That's him in Doom Patrol. He's the guy the guy in the bandages. So you don't even see his face in it, but he's really good as Negative Man. But that's a great fucking show. If you still haven't watched that show, guys, check that show out. It's bizarre, and it's just really, really good. But yeah, I really am a fan of that casting for Gambit. Grow his hair out. You know, I think it works. Yeah, I'm a fan. He was in White Collar as well. Yeah, that's right. Actually, I completely forgot as well. My girlfriend's not really in the chat right now, but I have her list as well. Her list was actually quite good. So for Iceman, my girlfriend had John Boyega.
Ooh.
Which is just like flipping the script completely on Iceman, you know?
Yeah.
He's a good actor as well. Her Cyclops was Zac Efron, which, yeah, I could kind of see it. It's kind of cool. Her Professor X was Stanley Tucci. Do you know Stanley Tucci?
Yeah.
He was in.
Man.
He was in what's it called? What is he in? Oh my god.
Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, that's him there. That's him there. Who else? Rufus Sewell. She had for Magneto. And I haven't seen Man in the High Castle, but she was showing me trailers, and she's like, just get this guy, but playing like the character he played in Man in the High Castle, and that's your Magneto. And yeah, I agree.
Oh, like, he was the bad guy on A Knight's Tale, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. He's got the kind of charisma and stuff like that as well. I think to play just like that, Magneto when he goes full like anti-human, like it's just that's it. Like, it's so good. And Regina King to play Storm.
Okay.
So I need to bring Regina King up just to remind myself. Yeah, in Watchmen. Yeah. I'm a fan. It's a good list.
Solid list.
Alexander. Yeah. To play Gambit, I like it. I love those like the Skarsgård. I can't say that name. That name always. The
Skarsgård.
Yes, there you go. Thank you, Bronxy. To play that
Swedish.
That whole family are just legends. Like they have such a great I love all of them. They're really good. So yeah, I'd love to bring another one of them. Obviously, because their dad's in the MCU already. So it'd be cool to have a few of the sons popping up. Yeah. I'd like that. That'd be really cool.
I just realized maybe the cameo we saw in today's episode that they were talking about was George St. Pierre coming back again.
Could you imagine? I could not believe that he was still alive. Like,
as
what?
Himself too.
Yeah. Because he was called George as well, wasn't he?
Yeah. I was like, they don't even make him act as anything else than himself. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I can't believe he survived that fall. That confirms he's a super soldier. Like, he has to be. How he survived that fall.
I definitely think that confirms Sharon Carter as the power broker, to be honest.
Do you think?
Yeah, because I think she sends him to the face scratchers, right? That's who she called, was that dude. And that's what the power broker do, is putting people together. I don't know, that's my theory.
So she's working with the Flag Smashers?
I think she is, yeah.
That's interesting.
I've heard
she's the double agent then.
How the hell are Sam and Bucky going to respond to that when they find out about that?
I don't know. Season 2.
Yeah, imagine it.
I doubt they'll make a season 2 of this one.
If she's not the villain in the show, I don't know why the fuck we've seen her so much in the show.
Yeah.
There's no reason for her to be there.
Haven't seen any.
They had a whole episode.
Power broker.
Yeah, the only episode we saw of the power broker was when his scientist got killed, and that episode was mainly filled with her kicking people's ass.
Yeah. And not going into the thing. There's just a lot that points to it.
Yeah, because if she would have went in there, maybe people would have reacted.
Yeah, and I'll bet you money this guy's gonna double cross those kids, because she wants the super serum, she wants her money or whatever it is, and that's one of her dudes who she hired. I don't know. I just see it. So.
Yeah.
Even though I dislike the idea of it, but whatever.
Yeah. Who should we do for the next one? So do we have a list? You were saying Rogue. Rogue, Gambit.
Yeah. Rogue, Gambit.
There's definitely no point in doing Logan. We've kind of talked about it already.
What about Jean Grey and Mystique?
Jean Grey, yeah.
Mystique is a good one because you can literally pick anybody.
Yeah, Kijin, you're right about the guest appearance. It was her.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus. I hated the last Mystique they had. Hunger Games girl. I thought she sucked in that role.
Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah.
She wasn't great in that role. A lot of people are saying that she could potentially be she's high in the rumor mill for Sue Storm now as well, apparently.
Oh God.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that myself. I think if they're doing John Krasinski, give it to Emily Blunt, let it be his actual wife in real life as well. I think I love that two of them working together. I think it's great. Beast.
We should do maybe another villain too. Like Magneto kind of villain.
I don't really know too many X-Men villains. My X-Men knowledge isn't the best. Outside of I obviously saw all the movies.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Yeah, you gotta give Juggernaut to The Rock, right?
Oh my, that would be so good.
Can you imagine Dwayne The Rock Johnson after 7 months of a full blown steroid run, and he's just I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Or just give it to Thor, the Mountain. Put a big helmet on the Mountain, dude.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be pretty good.
Any of those people they cast as gods and fucking Snyder Cut, like those two.
Yeah, that was crazy. They were terrifying.
So
yeah,
like
Juggernaut. There's not too many people that can play the Juggernaut, really. I don't know.
Yeah. X-Men villains.
Who was it that played Juggernaut in the last thing? Was it actually? Did I hear something that it was actually like Ryan Reynolds? They just CGI'd his face on somebody or something.
Was it?
Yeah, I actually think it was. They did something kind of stupid with the Juggernaut character in the last one. I think it was like Ryan Reynolds or something like that. If I remember correctly, they just like CGI'd his face on a big bodybuilder or something like that.
Oh yeah, a lot of these are just a lot of the top villains of all time. It says like Mystique, Shadow King, Juggernaut, Cassandra Nova, Hellfire Club, Mr. Sinister, Dark Phoenix, the Sentinels. So there's not really too many individuals.
Isn't Juggernaut as well in the comics? Juggernaut is actually Xavier's brother. Yeah. So I think that's a really like I remember the first time I heard that and I was like, hang on a second, like that's a really fucking cool story to dive into, and they never touched it in the movies, like and that's why he wears the thing on his head so Xavier can't control him.
Hey, they gave us the meta, which is I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. So as long as I had that, that's
again, that's all you need. Like Dave Bautista would be a good Juggernaut as well.
Yeah.
You just gotta take a big dudes, like that's an easy one to kind of cast.
Although he's already
I mean, we're still missing Sabretooth too. I mean, if you want to go off the cover of the original X-Men, I like
Sabretooth. I didn't like him in the original movies. I thought he was again,
I think the second casting of him was pretty good.
Yeah, your man from what's his name? I can't think of his name now. He was in Ray Donovan. He was the lead actor in that show, Ray Donovan. Why can't I think of his name? He was a good Sabretooth. Again, that ties into that original like X-Men movie, the X-Men Origins movie, which I thought got a lot more hate than his
name is Liev Schreiber.
Yes.
Schreiber.
He's in that hockey movie Goon. He plays like the enforcer.
Dude,
on the other team.
Love that movie.
I love Goon so much, bro. It's such a great film.
I love that they made a second one.
Yeah. The first one was definitely better, but it was still cool that we got another one. Who's already in the MCU? Sorry, Dave Bautista.
Dave Bautista.
Exactly. He's Drax though, so I suppose you could technically give him a different role where because like you know he's an alien and stuff like. But yeah, Edge from WWE. I'd like to see. Yeah, he would be a good Sabretooth actually, because like he's in Vikings and like he looks great with all the hair and stuff like that.
Vin Diesel is Charles Xavier.
I take life 1/4 mile at a time. It's him in the chair. Oh my god, that's awful.
I lost my legs and it just shows a car crash.
My Twitch is getting deleted for that.
I watched the new trailer for Fast 9. Was it yesterday?
Are they actually going? They're going to space in Fast 9.
It looks like they're going to space.
Yeah,
like they're running out of ideas.
I saw
running out of ideas.
It's gonna be like the next Saw series. You're like, there's Saw what 15 now? Oh no, it's Fast and Furious 8.
The kind of beauty of Saw was it got a bit ridiculous, right? Saw got a bit ridiculous around like Saw 4 or 5, but then they clawed it right back when they tied it into the first movie. You're like, oh shit, this actually is pretty good, you know. Whereas like Fast now. Like, you know, you gotta take it back to the start. These are like fucking street racers driving Honda Civics, and now they're going to fucking space. Like,
I think aren't they introducing like a long lost brother for Dom?
Of course, why not?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, like, good.
Oh wait, you had a brother this whole time? Yeah, no, it's outrageous.
They're trying to fill.
And that's John Cena, right? I haven't even seen any trailers. But I can pick up the storyline already. Yeah, of course
it is.
Can you imagine?
He's playing that in the car.
Yeah,
this car's all camoed out.
He looks good actually in the new Suicide Squad.
Oh my god,
he looks kind of funny in it. John Cena, what a legend. Oh man.
And his name is John Cena.
Oh, Fast and Furious is so ridiculous.
Yeah,
like I love them. Like I will always watch them
too.
I think 3 or 4 was when I was just like, all right.
The one where they went to Tokyo, I hated it when it came out. Now, if I was to ever rewatch them, I would just skip it. But I thought it was kind of like good the way that they kind of brought Vin Diesel into the end of it, and then
best part of that movie is the main character's from Kentucky.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird, but I think was it Fast 4 where they went to Mexico and stuff, and Wonder Woman was in that one. That one was kind of good, and then 5 was good, 6 was good, 7 was just like sad because the whole Paul Walker thing, and then I just hated them after that. Like I just can't watch them without Paul Walker. Like,
yeah,
you know, can't watch them without Paul Walker. I think I saw something in an interview. I think it was like Vin Diesel said something like Paul Walker, like, you know, I know he approves of John Cena being in the movie. I'm like, what? What are you talking about, bro?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, Hobbs and Shaw, like, that to me was just absolutely outrageous. Like, that looked like the biggest cash grab of all time. They bring The Rock in, and like, what? There's like fucking super soldiers in it. Like, I'm like, this, what, Fast is now a superhero franchise? Like, and they brought Idris Elba in, and like he actually had super strength or something like that. Like, I didn't even watch it. Like, I honestly don't even know what it's about. Like, but from the trailers I saw, I was like, they're actually bringing like people with abilities into the Fast fucking franchise now.
Oh my god,
it's insane.
Like, it's been like that since Fast 5 though. Like they're throwing each other through walls and through windows, like jumping across bridges.
Yeah,
landing on top of a hood of a car. Like,
it's like Sam throwing the shield.
I want Elon Musk in the movie. If they have Elon Musk in the movie, I'll be happy. If they're going to space, it needs to be with Elon Musk and a Tesla.
I only rewatched the entire MCU there like a couple of weeks ago, and I completely forgot that Elon is actually in Iron Man 2.
Mm-hmm. Is he really? I can't remember where.
He is.
In the very beginning.
He meets Tony when they go to Monaco or whatever for the Grand Prix. And they're in the restaurant, and Elon walks up and he's like, I've got an idea for something, and Tony's like, yeah, we'll talk, and they shake hands and all. I was like, what?
Elon Musk is canon. He's canon.
He is canon. Yeah, he's in there. He exists.
He's the Mandarin.
Oh, could you imagine they brought Elon back as like a big character, and then it's like, you know, well, he did show up in Iron Man 2. He was around. I'm kind of sad that we don't get to see, and well, maybe we will, but I'm kind of sad that at the moment we don't get to see Tony Stark interact with Reed Richards. Like, could you imagine that? Like, because Reed Richards is like kind of classed in the comics anyway as like the most intelligent being in the universe. Like, so I would love to see him and Tony and Bruce Banner, the three of them trying to fucking solve a problem like in a lab or something. Could you imagine? It'd be crazy. Absolutely crazy.
They messed it up worse than Ultron. Imagine.
Yeah, imagine. Yeah, that's not even possible. Where are we? We're nearly 2 hours in. Like, the time fucking flies when we're just sitting here talking shit. It's great.
I know.
It's great.
1 a.m. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't cheers.
Skål.
Skål.
It is like Mission Impossible. Yeah, those movies are getting like Mission Impossible. It's just crazy. Like,
I mean, yeah, but like, why wouldn't you make them? They bank like $700 million like every time, bro. Like, they're like printing money with that series.
Hell yeah. True. I think it was Fast 6. They were meant to shoot a scene in Ireland, and they wanted to kind of race down like the main street in Dublin, in the capital. And they wouldn't, the Irish government, being the fucking idiots that they are, wouldn't let them actually come into the country and shoot there, because they didn't want them like destroying and like disrupting the kind of main street in Dublin, like. And they went over and shot it in London instead, and it was a massive fucking part in that film, and it was great. It was the scene with all the M5s where they're in the black BMWs just shooting around. It was an amazing scene, and I was so pissed off in the cinema watching that, because I was like, oh, that was meant to be shot here. Like, it would have been so cool. And like the amount of revenue like movies bring in. I don't know if you saw that film Haywire. Did you ever see that film with Gina Carano and Michael Fassbender? It's actually a pretty cool movie, but most of the movie was shot in Dublin, and I think they said something like, even just shooting a movie in like a city brings in about like 3 or 4 million in revenue just for the city itself. Like, so it's like, why would you not let them shoot, like, especially a film like Fast, let them shoot a scene, just, you know, close the road for one night and let them shoot this scene, like, you know, it's crazy.
All right, fellas, I have a couple adulting things I have to take care of. I appreciate you guys having me back on.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hopefully next week equals out for what we wanted it to be.
Good place to wrap it up. I don't think we got much more.
Yeah, I think we can probably wrap it up here.
Yep.
Good deal.
Connor was Billy walking instead, so they went someplace else. Kijin, I don't know what you mean by that, sorry. What are we talking about?
Well, everyone.
Drunky.
It's been a marvelous chat.
Yeah, guys.
Marvelous chat.
Next week could be a good one because we got the season finale, so it'll be a big theory one, what's coming next and so on, so it's going to be great. Drunky.
Oh boy, gotta stock up on my beer again.
Yeah.
Drunky, thanks for being here, dude, as always.
All right, you guys have a great rest of your night. I'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
You too.
Later.
Ciao for now.
Bronxy.
And yes.
What are we doing, brother? Are we doing a new server now?
I mean,
we got it, right?
I was